Hi everyone, happy Friday. This is Pratiba, and I wanted to provide my review of the book Yes to Life by Viktor Frankl. Excuse me. His first book was Man's Search for Meaning, which is really popular, and I even use a lot of Viktor Frankl's quotes when I was motivationally speaking when I joined with Mr. Les Brown back in 2020. And I didn't know much about him except for the fact that he had to do with psychology and psychiatry. Excuse me. And what I thought of this second book, so it's his lectures and letters from when he was a professor at Vienna, and Viktor Frankl was a overcomer, I would say, or as they say, survivor of the Holocaust. And he went on to be a professor and founded logotherapy, which is based on meaning of life. And so this book, to me, it talks about suicide prevention. It talks about suicide. And since Mr. Frankl joined to start an organization, there were 0 cases of youth suicide in Vienna. And I think that's fantastic. And I'm not going to get into the details of this book. But another aspect of this book that I thoroughly felt and enjoyed, and that gave me more perspective and enlightenment, is when it comes to those who are disabled or paralyzed or have a mental ailment, a restriction that the world deems like schizophrenia or psychosis of any sort, or just the inability to fit in as normal, right? And what he talks about in this is that we don't have a right to take away someone's life through euthanasia, which is when someone's in a vegetative state, for example, or is paralyzed and is bedridden, and they ask for death. And before, doctors, would kill people, and they would be having the authority to do so. And this book really talks about how that's for the person to decide and not anybody else. And this provides perspective for anybody whose relatives or loved ones in general may be experiencing dementia. And I actually recently learned that in my spiritual book club that I'm part of, the Consciousness Cultivator, the book Seth Speaks, which is a spiritual book that I learned about. But Michelle Bunting, hi Michelle, if you watch this, she shared that, for example, the soul is just preparing for its passing when it's processing going through dementia and transitioning over to death, because you're returning to your inner child and those other parts of your life and memories that aren't in the present. And it's a transition, and others may deem it as a burden, right? People with schizophrenia, burden to their families and other diagnoses. So this was really fantastic, and it's mine to keep. I bought it, but this is really fantastic because it talks about something not enough people talk about, and I'm glad that he was the one to talk about it. So, Viktor Frankl, everyone plays a role in this life. I'm passing by and sharing my work, and will leave my work behind. You will as well if you choose to. Viktor Frankl did, and we just keep passing information forward, and we keep changing the world. And this helps people thrive or survive or just guide and mentor, and just gives knowledge, gives power, gives understanding. And I think that's so profound, because in this life, we all need a hand to hold. In this life, we all need love. We need affection. We need care. We need authenticity. We need to know that we're not alone. We need to know that we matter. We need to know that your life is just not for nothing. And to keep creating and never give up. Keep creating. Keep making videos. Keep showing up every day, doing what you love and telling people about it. Keep being who you are, despite what the world has to say, what these bad companies may have to say in your work environment. co-workers, relatives, even your own partners, and to choose wisely. This is great work. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I hope you have a beautiful day. It's a nice chilly evening now here, Eastern Standard Time. So I love you guys, truly. And thank you for listening to me share. Bless.